Alright, if you're watching this video, it's probably because you get the same hard steering issue with a Craigcat. So, unfortunately, I started this video in the middle of the operation, but just to give you some idea of what's going on, once the tube is out, I had to disconnect the actual actuator portion with the handle that's on this mid-mount here. And we'll get into that at the end of the video, what that problem was, but I think you can see the indentation marks here from the 4 screws other than the mounting screws. So you get the mounting screws here. These screws come with quite a few washers to back it away from this plate. Otherwise, what happens is when you tension these, it twists the black plastic case, which I think was part of the problem. So when I got the case apart, the case is obviously corroded. It's also broken in a couple of places. If you can see that top pin. The other thing here, and I'll have to get a straight edge to make the video a little clearer, but as I was saying about the bolts that were going through, I don't know if you can see that, but it's actually warped the side. So if this thing is trying to turn inside and you've got these bolts that are sucked into the aluminum plate cocking it sideways, well, obviously it's not going to work. So I think that's probably the main problem. The other issue seems that some water got in, and the water was able to get into this end because it's fairly rusty. I've wiped it down. I'm going to try to work some anti-seize, anti-rust down there and try to move it back and forth and save the cable. If I can, I'll just order the cable. However, it kind of begs the question now, if this housing, oh, there, you can see that really well. Look at that, it's curved. I may need to replace the whole thing. But anyway, in my world, I don't work on anything unless it's clean. So I got some Dawn dishwashing detergent, basically some of the best stuff for getting rid of grease on things that you're working on. I'm going to degrease this case, see if there's any other cracks in it. I really think the fact that it's so warped, it's just not going to help to put a new cable. I think I may need to replace the entire thing. So short story is, it's not always the cable and the rust or the actual tilt tube, which, you know, a lot of people seem to, you know, talk about, well, the inside of this tilt tube is a problem. Well, it doesn't seem to be a problem at all on this one. And if you've got this, you know, protective cap and you put a little bit of lubricant on it, really shouldn't do anything bad. But if you don't put the washers in the right place on this mount and you try to squeeze it together, it'll warp it, and that's probably part of your problem. So anyway, I'll try to continue this video once I clean everything up and get a better look at it. But this is a 2005 Craigcat that I bought as a project up in Rhode Island for $2,000, which is pretty inexpensive for the way it looks. And I'll be doing some other stuff on it just to clean it up and make it aesthetically more pleasing. I've already taken the Craigcat stickers off here. I took them off with a razor blade and a little bit of acetone. And now this discoloration in the deck, I'll take off with the fiberglass compound and a buffing wheel, and we'll get this all cleaned up. Just want it to look decent. All right, we'll continue this video.